Okay. Hi, everyone. Hi. 1 second. I keep putting the music far too loud at the start. Yes, welcome. I hope you're all okay. Welcome indeed to the evening stream. So starting off, just to let you know what's going on, I'm still working on SWAT 4 / Ready or Not Bullshittery on week 5. I'm going to level with you. Today was kind of depressing. I worked... to sort of whinge, so I basically worked all day today on one comp, so in Adobe After Effects. So what happens is, when I edit the bullshitteries, I do them all in Adobe Premiere, and I sort of make all the cuts, and I do all the audio, so they're being cut directly from the live streams that are saved in MP4 format. So I chop up the live stream and I move things around, I make sure everything's alright, and then I right-click Export to Adobe After Effects. And so Adobe After Effects makes composition, so it just imports all of the stuff that you've pre-cut, and it makes a lovely composition with all the layers for you to play with, like here's the visuals, here's the audio. Anyway, what I've been doing today has been really tedious. I've been taking this clip from the film Silence of the Lambs, and I've been masking, which is basically where you cut a shape out of something. So, like with a shape tool, you sort of cut little little points like around a character and then move them. And of course, if you're talking about a film, well, obviously there are however many frames you've downloaded for the particular clip. You've got to essentially adjust the little points to wrap around the character, which is what I'm doing. I've spent the entire day doing that. I'm trying to sort of trace around the shape of the character Clarice Starling in a sequence in Silence of the Lambs where she's being stalked by a killer, you see. And so she's like, you can see it from the killer's perspective, and she's being followed by night vision goggles, and she can't see. So she's sort of got her hand out in front of her with all 5 digits on display. And then what she does, she starts sort of like moving her fingers up and down. Do you know how long it takes to mask fingers? All 5 fingers with the knuckles moving. Holy shit. Hours. It's taken hours. And I sat back just before the stream a minute ago and I looked at the work finish and it's just not right. It's just not quite right. It needs more. I spent the whole day on this fucker and I still haven't cracked it. So I must admit, a little bit demoralized. I was really hoping I would, get that one today, but yeah, really fiddly, annoying day, and the results were not success. So yeah, it sucks. I'm gonna be honest. It really sucks. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, so I'll do my best with it and see how it goes. I did try at one point. I did try the so Adobe After Effects has you can do it automatically. You can tell the mask to track automatically. My God, I don't know what was wrong with it. Maybe it was the NVG colors. I don't know, but the whole thing just went bleh and just like immediately freaked out, and it just didn't get it at all. Especially her hair. It could not figure out her hair. Yeah, tricky. Anyway, yeah, so that's what I've been doing today. I've just been doing that. So, how is chat? How are you? Thank you, Red Panda. Oh, shit, I forgot to put the subs up. Hang on. Move this here, move this there. Right. Yeah, welcome everyone. Right. There we go, I can see the subscribers now. Thank you all of you. Thank you Red Panda. Thank you Big Ant, Free Q, and Merbles. Thank you all of you. Right. So, good. Sorry, who said that? Sorry. Good to hear it, Miranus. Enjoy Disco Elysium. I've been enjoying it as well. So I'll say the same disclaimer that I said each time I start Disco Elysium. The game is actually very good, so perhaps consider not watching the stream and saving it for your own playthrough if you wish. To give you the blurb with no spoilers, it is a crime RPG where you're playing as a detective solving crimes by interviewing people and pick them out on a lie. It's a little bit Fallout meets sort of LA Noire, just without the sort of run around bit. But what's cool about the game is that it's it's got like it's hugely in depth, both mechanically with the conversation mechanics. So your brain chimes in with different like, ooh, logic says this, and rhetoric says this, and like your lizard brain will chip in with like lots of like random bits of information during an interrogation, which is fun. And also just the world itself is really, really quite cool. It's a sort of well, I suppose it's like a post-World War II Berlin, if Berlin was never rebuilt. Thank you, Duckslayer and Red Panda. Thank you, all of you. Okay, so let's continue. Now, I am very confused right about now. So, the long and short of it right now is that we're here to solve a murder. The murder is, okay, this is where the spoilers begin. So last chance to get off the train, last chance to stop the stream, go away, have a lovely evening if you do, but spoilers from this point onwards. And enjoy the game if you do try it. Okay. So, we're here to solve a murder. The murder of a man lynched up on a tree over there. Now, confusingly, the murderers have stepped forward. 8 of them, well, 7 of them. They're called the Hardy Boys. They're with the union, so the dock workers union here. And they've turned themselves in as an anti-arrest tactic because they believe that we can't arrest them all, and they're probably right because there's 8 of them and there's like 2,000 dock workers who are on strike. Now, while investigating the murder, there's pretty much a open and shut case. We're all good. We've been alerted the fact that there's potentially a bit of a powder keg situation, maybe, if she's to be believed. A company representative for this port tells us that the murdered man is a mercenary, and he's not alone. He tells us that he has 2 comrades, extremely well-armed comrades, who are going to get extremely angry when, I'm sure they know by now, but, when they learn that their colonel has been slain by a bunch of filthy dock workers. So they're probably going to take revenge. Now, politically, things are a bit of a powder keg because there is a major strike going on. So if all of a sudden a bunch of strike breakers turn up with submachine guns and start seeking revenge, possibly killing people, that's going to cause, well, that strike is going to, it's going to become something else, isn't it? It's going to become a fucking uprising. Like Martinez and all of the dock workers are going to, it's going to be a Kronstadt uprising. It's going to be bad. And then, of course, the coalition is probably going to crack down. There's going to be a shit ton of blood. So, in addition to this, we've discovered that there's a drug smuggling operation that's underway, we think, here in this harbour. Now, this is where it gets confusing, and I apologise if I grab the wrong sticks. I'm just trying to sort of see what's in front of me. I came here to the port to have a conversation with the union leader, a guy called Everard, over there in that container. And I expected, because the union is tinged with nationalist, but also communist rhetoric, we found propaganda, like lots of stuff all over the place. In fact, even the union's demands are almost communist in nature. They want all workers. Like, is it 20,000 or 2,000? How many workers? No, it's 2,000, isn't it? They want all workers to be part of the board of directors. It seems it's crazy. It's extremist. It's extremist. So by the sounds of it, they've been tinged with an extremist ideology. So I came here expecting an ideologue. I came here expecting Everard to be full-blood communist. I expected to have him give me the speech and all that. But instead, none of that happened. I just had a conversation with a fat man in a chair who not once brought up any sort of ideology or anything that implied union workers' spirit or anything. In fact, he spent the whole time just trying to, in his words, try to see eye to eye, but in reality he was just doing a bunch of power play shit, trying to get me to sit in a shitty little chair and constantly lauding the fact that, shame that you lost your gun, I guess you'll never find your gun, and bribes and stuff like that. So it's almost like he's just a union boss who's out for himself. It threw my expectations, because I was expecting a full-on speech, like a communist speech here, but that's not what happened. I don't even know if he knows. I don't even know if he knows that his union guys. Well, surely he must do. He must have issued the demands. I don't know what's going on, but sorry, there's more that's going on, or rather not going on. This drug smuggling operation. Okay, two things. This drug smuggling operation going through the harbour. I almost get the impression that he doesn't even know. Why do I say that? Why the fuck would you call a strike if you have a major drug smuggling operation going through your harbour? All you're going to do is A, stop the flow of drugs, and therefore profit, which is exactly what's happened, because the lorries can't get through, and B, draw a shit ton of attention onto your operation, which is exactly why we're here. We're only here because the strike is here, and the murder is here, and it's all drawn a huge amount of attention to their drug operation. And two, I don't think he even knows about the mercenaries, or the potential reprisal. Which means he knows about the murder, of course, but I don't know. I'm confused as to how much he knows. I don't know if he knows anything. The guy in there, Everard. So, yeah, I'm a bit thrown. I was expecting a union man, a communist spouting extremist, but what I got was just a fat dude constantly trying to make petty one-ups and get favours off the RCM. Strange. Maybe his brother is the ideologue. Maybe he's the one who's going to give me the speech. I don't know. Lorries can't get through because of what Joyce did, not the Union. Joyce controls the bridge. No, the doors are sealed. The doors are sealed. No, the strike. So, as in, no. Sorry, that's just not true, Severman. The strike is on. No containers are passing through the port. The door is sealed. No drugs are going to be moving back and forth. You know? The strike has more or less put a complete stop to cargo, and no cargo coming forth means no drugs are being moved. Again, that leads me to believe that he doesn't know. Anyway, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's an incorrect assumption, but it seems strange to call a strike if you're running a drugs operation, especially if it's a major drugs operation. Okay, we've already spoken to him. Let's speak to him again.
Oh, hey, mister. I knew you'd be back to talk with old Leo here. Yes, I did. It's like Lady Larice said when she opened a bathhouse in the basement of my apartment building. They can only get so far before they're aching to get back. And lots of folk really did keep coming back.
Okay. I have some questions for you, Leo.
No trouble at all, mister. No trouble at all. It's like that old saying goes, wisdom withers if not shared. And old Leo is always up for sharing.
Okay. Shit, I don't really have anything new to ask him. So what... Sorry, I wasn't even aware that there was a container over here. Hang on, is there a container that I haven't noticed? Right, so what do I do? Hang on, let me just have a quick look at my tasks. So ask Rene about the photo. Yeah. Be careful about the scab leader. Run the number on the victim's armour. Close the water lock. Find money for the rent. Yes, we need to go speak to the smoker before the end of the evening. Okay. Can we see a container? Oh, and also, yes, so apparently, what is it, Measurehead, the Nazi? Or at least the Aryan spouting dude. Sounds like he's going to help us with the body. I think. The Everard leader, Everard the leader called him Jean-Luc. I guess that's his name. You see faded industrial letters on the platform. Kvalsund. Valsund? Okay. Ooh, I can level up. Maybe I should level something up. What do you think, chat? Yes, now we can finally learn advanced racism. Hang on. 88% on the next talent thing that I'm learning. What should we do? Sorry, just polishing off a drink. Joyce said she could inquire about the PMCs over the car radio. Oh, really? Did she say that? I thought she said there was a short range in her boat. I don't remember the car radio. Oh, no, yeah, you're right. We could look into Yeah, call in something to the station. Okay. Let's have a look. Let's do... Oh yeah, good point, Defaulty. Yeah, good. That's a good shout. Let's see if I can find... What am I looking for? Sorry. Here we go. So are there any checks that I really would like to do, but I can't because my thing failed? So abandoned lorry. Not sure what that one was. Oh, was that the smashing the window? Biochemistry at the mirror. Rene, composure legendary, volition medium. Rhetoric. No. No. Let's just pick something. I'm just going to pick something. I'm going to go with... What am I rather low on right now? Perception, hand-to-eye coordination... Perception. I'm going to go with another point in perception. So see, hear, and smell everything. Let no detail go unnoticed. There we go. Right. So is this the container, sorry, that's suspended? Or is it that one? Is that just the weight? Can we go this way? Is this the crane? Just a railing system. Okay. Guess we can't do anything. Can we go out the main entrance? What's this? Control system?
A rusting control panel with several knobs. 2 buttons marked Marsh and Arrête are faded with use. It seems to control the large crane above. A container is attached to its hook block.
Okay.
Marsh. On. Arrête. Off.
Marsh.
With a loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air.
So why is that one up there then? Why keep that one out of reach? Oh, is it? Can we not move it forward a little bit to get it on the platform? Is it meant to be resting on a truck, maybe?
And, with a surprisingly quiet thunk, the crane places the container down. The harbor sleeps as the strike rages in the distance. The crane can rest again, now that its purpose has been fulfilled.
Understood. Let's get back to the panel.
The rusty control panel grows warm to the touch, then grows cold. A faint smell of burning rubber reaches your nostrils. A short circuit.
Oh, shit.
I can't see how that was worth the wreckers, except for seeing the crane in action, which I admit was satisfying.
Leave. Okay. Not sure why we're looking at the container. Do I still have that crowbar? I do. Hang on. There we go. For those joining the stream, welcome. I hope you're okay. Oh. Kvaldsund means Whale Fjord in Arden. Whale Fjord. Okay. Yes, sorry, for those joining the stream, please know that it's week number 5 on the latest bullshittery. I'm hoping to have it done this week, but today was challenging. I was, trying to get something done, but I kind of failed. Okay. Right.
Before you stands a cargo container. Just one of many in the yard.
Lieutenant, I think there's something special about this container.
You do? Because I don't.
Why not?
There are a million containers here. Why are you fixating on this one?
It was hanging from a crane.
You just picked one out because you wanted to interact with a cargo container. We are not here to interact with containers. We are here to talk to the Union, right?
Don't be such a wet blanket, Kim. Open the door.
You attempt to turn the handle, to no avail. The doors seem to be mechanically locked. To your left, the lieutenant considers your actions with some puzzlement.
I knock on the door.
No reply. The knock produces a hollow ring of metal. Doesn't sound like there's anything inside the container.
Persuade the door to open? What does that even mean? I can talk the door into opening. Impossible 13, persuade it. Nothing more I can do here. Oh, okay, never mind. Persuade it to open. Right. No harm in trying? Is it a check that I can't redo? It's
You're
3%.
back before
Why
the
would I
cargo
try a
container.
3% check?
Its draw has
Okay,
not
I mean,
lessened
I can
since
retry
you were
it.
last here.
Okay,
If anything,
3%.
it seems to...
Fail.
Why are you even trying to open a door with rhetoric?
Because getting physical wasn't an option?
Because what wasn't an option?
Never mind.
Are you satisfied, detective?
Nothing more to do here. Right. Thank you, a moment of synergy. Thank you very much, moment. Thank you. Right. Where do we go? Let's go this way. We'll go through and speak to Measurehead. Okay. Wait, can we get down there? What's down here? No, that's just the apartment complex, isn't it? Okay. Right. Haven't I played this game already? No, Brokenheimer. It sucked me in for the last week or so, though. I'm enjoying it. Yeah. Anything in there?
On second glance, someone has forgotten to properly close one of the drawers.
It's unfortunate for the Union to just leave their paperwork lying around like this.
I open the drawer.
The drawer opens smoothly. Inside is a well-organized selection of brown folders.
I browse through the folders.
Hundreds of documents containing logistical data. Two kinds of transactions stand out. Materials coming into Revachol from the outside world, from Muindi, Grad, and even Ilmara. And the same materials being handed over to companies inside Revachol, Kuron, Coal City, La Delta, and Jamrock are listed among the many districts where the imports are being sold.
Anything interesting?
It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, and percentages. You try to focus, but the lines are getting blurry.
Volition, force yourself to go through the folders.
Whatever's hidden here is hidden well. Concentration isn't enough. Only a trained accountant with a background in logistics would be able to really make sense of it. However, there is a little handwritten note stuck on the side of the drawer.
I look at the note.
It appears to be a to-do list written in large, uneven capital letters.
Measurehead. He writes in caps. He speaks in caps.
Remember, Leo, Everart's shoes, special whirling borscht, water Everart's plants, sweep office floor, more banners.
Or is that Leo? Is that a note that Leo left for himself, or something that has been sent from Measurehead to Leo? Everart's shoes, special whirling borscht. Dunno. Yeah, okay. Just a to-do list for them to work through. Yeah, but not for Leo?
All items on the list have been crossed out, and the note itself is crumpled.
Look, Kim, I've got a to-do list with a list of errands for Everard.
One of his aides must have left it. Nothing incriminating here.
The special borscht seems a bit odd in the list.
Why? What's special about that? Take another look at the note.
Remember, Leo, Everart's shoes, special whirling borscht,
Oh,
water Everart's plants, sweep office floor, more banners.
what? Is he ordering something from the Whirling and Rags? Ordering food? Special whirling borscht. Huh?
All items on the list have been crossed out, and the note itself is crumpled.
Okay, maybe he just ordered some food. Close the drawer.
The drawer slides shut smoothly.
Ah, talent, okay. White Morning. Something I unlocked earlier. Oh, you're not going to narrate? Okay. And the little guy gets smaller and smaller as you rise above the dollhouse world. Oh yeah, so So this was I discussed so a few streams ago I discovered it was 2 tickets to a zoo, and it was a chewing gum, I believe, in a packet, apricot smelling chewing gum, and they were hidden in a compartment in my clipboard. And basically my character had a mental breakdown. They had a mental breakdown because they were remembering the love of their life, I presume their ex-wife, who since left them for reasons I'm assuming related to the character's drinking. And so I had this memory that I was trying to recall of something large and white in my view, and then I just reach for the wine bottle and try to forget about it. So this is sort of internalizing that memory. So as the little guy gets smaller and smaller, as you rise above the dollhouse world, you see him out in the snow, on the streets, in the shop on the corner, and finally in a matchbox house sitting by the window, white flowers on the windowsill. You can smell them from up here. It's awful. A white morning, a modern death, divorce, or something similar. All you can do is put more distance between you and him, make him smaller, make him less you. So it's a memory of your divorce. So with that memory, plus 20% zoom out distance, really? All Motorix learning caps raised by 1. It's not very good, to be honest, frankly. Okay. Okay, so if I can get another talent point, I can potentially internalize something else. Did she take the kids? I've had no memory of kids. I don't know. I've had no memory of kids. Alright. So, do we go speak to Measurehead, the racist? Will he help us with the dead body? Also, I need to find some cash if I'm going to pay for my room. So, your name is Jean-Luc, I believe.
The unpromising race pupil returns.
Hello, Measurehead. So now that I've seen Everard, I must admit, not exactly the type of man I would expect Measurehead to be following and taking orders from, frankly. Everard told you to help us get the body down from a tree.
So it was. You surmounted the harbor wall in a display of athletic prowess to reach my superior, then had him give me an order. I salute your cunning, and I will remove the body from the tree with my bare hands.
You really don't want to do that, bro. You really don't want to do that.
You're so noble, Measurehead.
There's a but. But while I am gone, someone must stand guard on the bridge. That someone needs to be you. Both of you.
Okay. Fine. But what if he... I mean, fuck. Can't one of us do it? Because, like, it's a crime scene. We need him to not fuck up the body. You're hardly trained. Yeah, we don't want him to tamper with the body. Lieutenant, what if we don't want to do that?
This is the uncomfortable result of not taking it on ourselves. I can live with a compromise.
Okay.
Listen to your little friend. He is wise in his childlike way. His mysterious race may yet prove fierce competition to my heroic haplogroup.
Measurehead, Kim is twice the man than you will ever be. Okay, we'll wait here.
Babe, see that they stay here the whole time.
Okay.
The woman's gaze follows Measurehead as he leaves.
So, you guys are like cops or something?
Oh god. Oh god. Okay, chat, brace yourselves. So, this game, everybody, gives you opportunities. Opportunities to hear from, say, you know, union leaders and getting their perspective based on their body language on with sort of infused communist ideologies. You've got free market libertarians. Measurehead a minute ago was the perspective of essentially an Aryan perspective, so a Nazi essentially. All of these heavy duty ideologies. What have we got here? Surprises. Right. Why are you with Measurehead? Yes, with the law. Apparently so. We're just trying to keep things from going to shit. She asked, are we cops? Yeah, apparently so, lady.
Cool. I like men with guns and power. I'm Katya, by the way.
The woman twirls her hair.
You hear that? That sound. He's breaking something.
Really?
Yeah, Jean-Luc must be really tearing it up over there. I wish I could see it.
I also wish I could see it. Yes.
Look at you! RCM rent-a-cops! Guarding that bridge like Everott's lapdogs! Is this where it's at now? The RCM is for sale!
Shit, we could have a problem here. Now that we know who he is.
Spoken by a mercenary, pretending to be a worker.
Don't engage. Hang on, no, there's a problem. Wait a minute. They weren't coming up here specifically because Measurehead was here. I suppose we do have a gun, but then again, if he is really a commando, we could be in trouble. I'll work with whoever I want. Yes, I'm an unbelievably corrupt cop. That's none of your business.
A shrill laughter interrupts you, echoing across Martinez. It's Kuno. Then, the man turns to look behind him at the behemoth appearing around the corner, approaching him, walking past him.
Here comes Measurehead back from his... Are you alright? You just saw a hugely decomposing dead body.
The corpse has been removed from the tree. Stand down and congratulate yourself. You have sided with Ray's victory today.
Right. Thank you for your cooperation, Measurehead. Jean-Luc.
Farewell, ham sandwich. You are a Union man from now on.
Carry on, citizen. Strange person. Right. What the fuck has he done to the body? And what the fuck was Kuno laughing at? Okay. Right. Anyway, sorry for the people joining the stream, welcome. This is a very, very cool detective RPG, and I do recommend. So perhaps, maybe give the stream a miss if you want to play it yourself. Right. We need to avoid him for now. He could be a problem. He's rabble-rousing a bunch of scab workers to work in the factory. I need to get some money soon. In fact, hold on. Can I sell something in this shop? Don't know. No, I can't sell stuff. It's the pawnbroker. I need to sell stuff. Okay. All right. Hey, officer, got a minute, said the lorry driver. We'll be back in a second. Okay, what's he done to the damn tree? Kuno's no longer throwing stones. He's just ripped the fucking branch off. How the fuck did he do that? Kuno? What the fuck happened, Kuno? Oops.
You missed a good show before. A kid came by and completely fucked the tree to pieces.
He fucked the tree up! Fucked it good! It was porno!
You need to act decisively. It's Kuno. Use Kuno words.
Hang on, stop using the K word. So that is a slur then. So total use language like that. Congratulations, Kuno. Oh yeah, kids, nod in approval. But don't you mean desert kipped? Sorry. Wish I could have been there to see it. Why are we trying to use his words? I wish I could have... Yeah, we just have some questions.
Shoot that shit at Kuno, Pigonaut.
Right. Empathy. Figure out what's going on with this kid. 8%. Back down from Kuno. Talk to Kunoese. No. Leave him.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Right. Strange person. Right. Finally, we've got this damn body down. So again, speaking to the people who've not been watching, we've learnt that this guy is Lely, I believe. Might not be his real name. He's a mercenary.
The corpse lies on the ground among the remains of an absolutely demolished pinewood branch. It's gently laid on one side.
Well, it's down. Yeah, don't know why we would wipe a tear from my eye. Right, well, it's down. Celebrate in a more reserved manner.
Mr. Measurehead has done a good job. Nothing is too broken or compromised. The victim is ready for a field autopsy.
A field autopsy?
Yes. 1. Investigation of the scene. 2. Initial examination of the victim. 3. Field autopsy. 4. Transportation of the body to the morgue. We are on number 3.
The RCM's 4-phase murder scene processing manual.
The fuck are they on about?
Shut up, Kuno.
Cop's gonna cut his shit up.
Okay. Yeah, don't we have someone else for this? Like a doctor?
No, you and I are detectives. The honorary rank of detective signifies our ability to handle the entire incident chain. From autopsy to cleanup, to social work, everything.
Jesus. 1 second, folks, we have a visitor. Hi! Hey, sweetie, come here. Hi, yay. You good? Who's your good girl? Yeesh. Yeesh. Woo. She's been flopped atop the sofa having a snooze. Yeesh. You've been flopped atop the sofa having a snooze. As I mentioned this morning, she went to the park this morning where, as we were walking through the trees, she heard a familiar whistling sound. It's the whistling sound that her dog sitter makes when she's calling her own dog back to her. And you could see Lulu's ears perk up because she discovered that her dog sitter was somewhere nearby. And she started searching around carefully. She loves her dog sitter. And then when she saw her, she just raced straight to her. It was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Yeesh. Yeesh. and with her dog sitter was her doggy boyfriend, Lulu's doggy boyfriend. So you got to play with your doggy boyfriend, who's like 2 years old and you're nearly 9. That's a bit weird. Yeesh. Thank you, Mosaic Dragon, and a moment of synergy and Sub Trooper. Thank you, all of you. Yeesh. Who's your coca? Who's your coca? Yeah, you good? She probably wants to jump up on my lap. After the stream. We'll do it after the stream. Yes. Right. Oxymar. So we've had a conversation with a union boss, and it wasn't quite what I expected at all. I expected a communist ideologue. What I got was a self-serving fat prick. And now we've had one of his cronies knock down a dead body that was lynched up to a tree. And apparently we're going to inspect it. Ugh. Okay. You and I are detectives. The honorary rank of detective signifies our ability to handle the entire incident chain. Yeah, wait. Honorary rank?
An honor and a burden attached to your rank once you've proven yourself able.
Oh,
Usually
okay.
after 5 to 8 years of field work. Mine is lieutenant detective.
Well, I've been on this for 18 years, so I've no idea what I am. Yes, I feel like a detective.
You are. Your station would not have assigned you on this case if you weren't. Now...
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Thank you, Ten Bear. Thank you very much there, Ten Bear. Okay. So try to remove the dead man's boots. Yeah, we did want to do that. Can I do the check again? Locked, no. So first, what exactly is a field autopsy?
Come on, officer. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them.
Kim, I've lost my entire memory, you know this.
What you do know is At 18.9 kilometers, the dormant shield volcano, Corpus Mundi, is the world's highest summit, and the failure of the 38 single, Epui Descent, to crack the top 20 was the death knell of disco. But what a field autopsy is, you have no idea.
Thank you, Encyclopedia. Much appreciated. Also, by the way, what Encyclopedia is doing there is basically my brain at 1 in the morning when I'm trying to sleep. And I really stop it. Did you know that the U-boat's torpedoes had to be periodically recharged with a... Stop it, stop, shush, shush. Anyway. I've forgotten what a field okay. I clap my gloved hands. Let's get in there.
There truly is a time for everything, even for yellow gardening gloves.
Oh, yeah.
However, they are lacking hygienically. I suggest you get in there in limited capacity.
All right.
I'll ask you when I need you to. For the most part, maybe I should handle the contact and you take notes?
Sure. Where should I take these notes? In my paperwork. I take out my ledger.
Yes, you see, the field autopsy form is the one on red copier paper.
Okay. So I open my ledger at the field autopsy form.
The dead man stares in silence as you crack open the ledger. The bright red paper is covered in boxes and lists, describing the condition of his skin and organs in 3 parts. Above those, an 11-field info form needs filling out first. It begins with...
Number 1, assistant.
That's you.
Write the initials HDB. Write Harry Dubois. Ah. Okay. HDB, Harry Dubois. Is that my name? Okay. I thought, well, we knew that the initials were HDB. I thought everyone. Sorry, every time the chat's probably going to laugh at me. Every time, like Rhetoric or whatever, or Encyclopedia called me Harry, I thought it was just being it was being cutesy, like Tom, Dick, and Harry. Like Harry's an extremely generic name. I figured it was just a quick way for the narrator to sound off me without being me. But Everard was calling me Harry Dubois, and I thought they were just trying to. It was another part of their make you feel little strategy, because they were trying to get you to sit on a rickety chair. They were trying to refusing to engage, attempting to bribe, basically trying to drive the conversation. I assumed it was part of that tactic. So is my character's name Harry? We'll put HDB for now.
The corpse is indifferent to your scribblings, just lies there. The next box says...
coroner's case number.
KK57-0803.0815.
KK equals Kim Kitsuragi. 57 equals Precinct 57, followed by his date, 0803, and time of arrival, 0815, on the scene. He's indexed the case after himself, not you. That's because he doesn't want to bring up the messy question of your initials.
That's fine. Write it down.
Next.
Name.
We've heard the nom de guerre. Lely. It's better than nothing. Write it down.
Okay.
What's next? Date of birth?
Yeah.
NA.
Age?
Roughly 50.
Try 40. The damage is so extensive, it's better to err on the young side.
No, let's go with... Does it really matter? No need to be specific with 42. Just put 50.
The corpse looks ageless, like meat on a hook.
Race?
Mondial. Subgroup Occidental, as per your observation.
The pudgy mess looks neither mondial nor occidental. It doesn't even look human. The next line says, as you read it, you think, that leaves out dark-haired, Mesk, Sal, Sarah Mauritian, Kedratic. Lighter-skinned occidental means this man could be Vespertine, Oranese, Messinian. Those 3 are on the table. A solid guess, Mr. Racial Profiler.
Hello, Perception. You're chiming in, I see. Sex.
Fuck
Fucking hell, Kunoesa. Why aren't you in school? Continue.
Male.
Pigs can have sex!
Right, fucky. Right, pig's gonna have sex. Right, male.
Nor does he look male, with his pregnant belly and indistinguishable face.
Date of death. It was Sunday, wasn't it?
We're still going with March 4th. 51. What else? 9. Body identified by is non-applicable. 10. Case number is the same as the coroner's case.
KK 57 0503 0815 listens motionless, with the cargo belt still around his neck. Only one box remains.
Evidence of treatment.
None. At least not after the initial examination.
What exactly is treatment?
Interfering with the body's position or wounds post-mortem.
I mean, there is, dude. He's been stripped of his armor and his possessions 2 days after it was hanging here. Hang on. I'm not so sure. Didn't the footprints look like he was carried over? Yeah, but, I mean, they've already admitted that he was unconscious, not dead. Well, they could be lying. And we know that the armor was taken. I'm not so sure.
A silent nod. The lieutenant places his gloved hand on the corpse's chest, as if in preparation.
Oh, and someone shot it. Someone put a bullet in his chest.
Your central nervous system recognizes this gesture. It's the stations of the breath. Ecclesiastic, religious in nature, a holdout from pre-DeLorean burial rites. It takes him 2 seconds to perform. Then...
We should start the post-mortem.
Okay, I turn the page.
The corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on red copier paper tries to answer why.
Okay, so for those joining the stream, we're checking a body that we found hung to the tree. So we're just going through, as detectives, examining it. So part 1, external examination summary.
Clothes. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Babrodine, I think. Let's see.
He turns the body onto its side to check the underwear label.
See, it's happening.
Babrodine, yes. Inexpensive. Size M. Color white.
The disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing was expecting something more lurid.
I wonder if... Obviously, I don't know what's going to happen here, and I'm speculating wildly. I wonder if this whole event here might be a bit more... I don't know. How many positive role models do you think these two little shits have ever had? To see two guys way, way, way out of the... I don't know. These guys would have had no experience. They're just delinquents, aren't they? And yet 2 full-grown adults are doing things that they've never seen. Obviously, they're fascinated and they're watching, but... I don't know. This is probably the one of the few positive things that I've actually seen. I imagine they're mostly ignored by the neighborhood. They're basically feral. The disappointment is palpable. Write it down.
The rest of the clothes have been removed post-mortem by scavengers in order to get to the victim's ceramic armor. Officers are in search of the missing pieces. Removal of the boots is left for processing.
It would be clever of you to omit the boots altogether, sire. If you are to keep them for yourself, as you ought to, you have deserved them more than anyone else.
Yeah, if they're not on the report... no. Write it down. Okay, write down the boots.
The boot has a serial number. It's E50.100.100. The lines between the plates are in the shape of the alphanumerical. The number is purposefully concealed by the design. Tattoos.
He stands up, feet planted on either side of the body.
The upper torso is covered in a single, continuous tattoo resembling a microelectronical circuit board. It reaches from the right shoulder to the heart. The ink is blue and white. The assistant has a color photograph of the markings, to be added to the case files as document A1. The photo is taken on the scene, using a Trigat Mini. The deceased has a belt for airlifting cargo around his neck, tied with a hangman's knot. Color, yellow. Length, 3 meters. There is a buckle on the other end.
I write it all down.
Well-nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.8 meters. Generally consistent with age, about 50. Preservation is good. Ambient temperature, below freezing. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with age. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back, short.
Touch the corpse's hair before moving on.
The hair under your latex fingers feels cold to touch. Wet.
Write it down. Short, light brown, male pattern baldness.
Lividity is consistent with hanging. The head is congested. Contusions are present on the head, chest, and thighs. Consistent with stones thrown post-mortem. Low velocity.
Kuno.
Fucking low velocity? You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Velocity was fucking max. Talking shit about Kuno's velocity.
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest.
Wait.
Consistent with predation.
Really? Kuno? You haven't been snacking on him, have you? What, just random birds? Bite marks? Write that down.
Ligature mark.
The lieutenant produces a small folding knife. With the other hand pulling on the belt, he starts cutting into the polyester. The stench is horrid. After a while, it's obvious the material cannot be cut.
Steel wiring. There's too much of it. We need to remove the belt so we can get to the ligature mark.
You got just the right tool for that. The chain cutters.
Indeed. I bought the chain cutters from the car. Good thing we got these chain cutters. I pull out the rubber-gripped cutters.
Always good to think ahead. Now,
He points to the rope, squeezing the dead man's neck.
we need to cut the belt to see the ligature mark below. Carefully, with as much precision as you can.
See, my pig is gonna fuck his head off.
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. 28%. Look for a good spot to cut.
The belt is equally tight around the whole circumference of his neck, swelling over the edges like white bread rising from the yeast.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
The knot is the weak spot. The chain cutters fit in there. Steady now, like a flower arranger. 2 cuts and it should come loose.
Here we go. So cut the belt off. 72% chance to succeed. Don't fail. Yay!
After some deliberation, you sink the cutters into the knot tying the belt together. You squeeze the rubber handles together, sweat forming on your brow. Snap! The knot is slashed. Another cut and the belt falls apart like a flower bouquet, revealing the dead man's neck and the dark red ligature mark around it.
The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back of the neck.
The lieutenant has kneeled closer, running his fingers along the dark red groove until there's a gap.
Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consistent with a drop from 1 or 1.5 meters. Chest is intact, normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant, pelvis intact, genitalia.
He pulls down the man's underpants.
No! It's gonna happen, see?
I fucking knew it!
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury.
Write it down and move on.
Back is symmetrical and intact. Upper and lower extremities are intact, but asymmetrical. There are combat injuries on the right hand, thigh, and hip. In addition, I see smaller, residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of his skin.
Shit. So for those unfamiliar, apparently this dude was a colonel as part of a PMC. He operated in third world countries, third world Isolas. And, yeah, it looks like he's seen quite a bit of action.
From wounds sustained over 2, maybe more decades, dispersal and accumulation indicates long and active combat duty.
Yeah, dude was in pain. The scarring is extensive, way more than a law official's.
Mm-hmm. We have a real museum here. Of battles, wars.
Write it down.
Last item. Hands.
He takes the man's right hand into his, inspecting it, and moves on to the other hand. Let the lieutenant work alone.
Hands are clean. No sign of a recent struggle.
Were we expecting any?
I was. Maybe I'm just not seeing them. Honestly, this stench is making it hard for me to think at the moment.
Yeah, no worries, man. So we know that we've been told that he was in the Whirling in Rags. He was overpowered by like 8 people, potentially, when he was already drunk. So he really didn't put up much of a fight. Okay.
Ooh. That's all for the external. Well done. What next?
You're not gonna like this bit, mate. The internal examination.
Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system?
Of course, there is a moral to be drawn from it. A moral to this story.
If I may add a moral of this story.
What would that be?
He looks at you inquisitively.
The dead man looks, too, with barely contained excitement to hear the moral of his story.
The brain is very vulnerable to compromises in its blood supply. It's not really a moral of the story. What? Conceptualization? What? I'll just write NA.
Good. Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant. Hyoid bone. Let's see.
With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it, gently. A rotting smell erupts from the mouth. Purge fluid runs down his lips, black and viscous. You hear cracks as the lieutenant moves his sharp fingers inside the flesh, like the creaking of an old house at night.
Yeah, jack that fucker off!
The hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact. Unremarkable.
Write it all down.
Respiratory system.
Back hunched, as if in prayer, he begins to pry open the dead man's jaw. He stops to exert more force. Both hands are used.
Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen. Hemorrhaging present in mucosa of the lips and mouth.
Joyce said that he suffered so severe an injury that simply speaking looked difficult for him. He was having to speak through an injury. I think Joyce said that it seemed to give him more character as a result. Okay, look inside the dead man's mouth.
No scream, no sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there. Sickly sweet air, unlike anything living. You feel like you're about to throw up again. Straight in that mouth of his.
No thank you. I'm writing all this down.
Hepatobiliary. NA.
What does that mean, sorry? We don't have anything?
Are you a hepatobiliary expert?
He looks at the corpse, stomach with a mixture of tiredness and disgust. What is that, chat? What does that mean? Stomach science? Liver? Blood? Stomach contents? Ugh.
Hepato means liver, and biliary, the gallbladder and bile ducts.
Am I an expert on those things?
Nothing in your alcohol-soaked memory directs to having forensic expertise on either one.
I don't think so.
Neither am I.
Okay, write NA.
Same for toxicology and serology. NA.
Right, NA.
Cardiovascular. The body exhibits heavy lividity. Blood has gathered in the hands, feet, and neck. Hypostasis is visually consistent with the hanging.
Write that down.
Gastrointestinal.
He breathes a sigh of relief. This is the last field on the list. He looks around to the ground. The pool of feces there.
This will do.
Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila.
He touches the corpse's bloated lower abdomen briefly. Write it down, omit the voila.
What's next on the list?
Okay. So, locked, still can't do that one. Okay, description of the injuries, a summary.
Let's see. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. You'll need 3 fields. Leave a 4th one too.
Okay.
Be thorough if you want maximum results.
What about the injuries we have inflicted? Yes, we. Okay, bite marks, contusions, ligature marks. Okay. Yeah, what about the injuries we inflicted?
Oh, so we inflicted them?
Okay, I inflicted.
Okay, so there's a spin-stabilized munition from a Kiel A990 muzzleloader lodged in his lung. I don't think we should mention that. Better not to muddy the waters.
Isn't that sloppy?
Be pedantic if you like, it doesn't matter. No one else is going to investigate this man's murder. And if they do, such details would only confuse them.
See? These pigs are fucking corrupt.
Why don't you fuck him if you love him so much?
Now, injuries.
Start with the bite marks.
Head, chest and scalp bite mark injuries. Predation by birds has caused damage to the body. Odontologist does not need to be consulted.
Write it down.
And your opinion, officer?
Beneath the description, there are 2 boxes waiting to be ticked. A. Opinion, fatal injury. B. Non-fatal, post-mortem. B. Post-mortem.
Agreed. Next injury?
The contusions.
So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury, a stone. The injury does not have the rim of an early inflammatory response. The perpetrator on the scene has confessed to causing it post-mortem.
At maximum velocity, fucko!
Has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity.
Write it down.
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless stones have hit the dead man. Beneath the description of injury, 2 boxes.
Non-fatal, post-mortem.
Right. Next.
Number 3, ligature marks.
A dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the neck, with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say, 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured, the cervical column intact. I see hemorrhaging on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark, 1 centimeter. No signs of clawing on the neck.
Yeah, he was unconscious.
Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to the side. The ring around his neck is visible. Think for a moment. There's time. Don't rush.
Thank you, reaction speed. Sure. Fatal injury. Opinion.
That's it. We have established cause of death. It's not much, and it leaves much to be questioned. But it's a start. Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over.
He produces a small plastic roll from his jacket. It's a body bag. Okay. First, how did it go?
Well, we established probable cause of death. Some would say that's the goal of an autopsy. Then, given the state of decay here, I consider establishing the victim's ethnicity a minor success.
What else?
We were thorough with the list of injuries, too. We described them all in detail. What is there to say? Given the circumstances, it was a professional field autopsy.
What now?
I need a copy of that autopsy form. Then I will drive him to Faubourg.
Okay, and rip out the copy of the autopsy page.
For processing.
He looks at the dead man one more time, then at the slip of red paper at his hand, then at the corpse again.
You tilt your head, also looking at the corpse. I'm sure we didn't get everything. There's always something.
Okay, so a white check. Stop wasting time, you're smart. Establish probable cause. Or let's bag him, take him away, let the lieutenant take the body away. Hunch, Inland Empire, tell me who you are, dead man. We already know, well, unless Joyce was lying. So here we go. So trying again for this role, using my hunch skill, Inland Empire. Tell me who you are, dead man.
I'm gone.
Okay. I can see you're gone, but who are you?
I'm a joke. Look at me.
You are now, but who were you when you were alive?
A killer. A motherfucker. And a killer.
I have another question for you.
Go ahead, Coppo.
I hate you, you stink and you're boring. What is happening?
What do you mean?
Never mind. Obviously this is in my head.
Ask me more questions. You fucking love questions.
Why do I... No, I'm just talking with myself now. This isn't handy. Where have you gone?
Into the wild pale yonder.
Where is that?
In the past. Way out in the west.
Joyce did say something to that effect. Beyond the insulas, beyond the continents, there's the Pale, so this strange corona, this mist-type thing going on, where beyond it, the laws of physics stop working. She called it rarefied time as opposed to rarefied space, is that correct? So essentially, compressed, dense history? Like the edge of the universe type shit. In the past, way out west.
What was that, pale yonder? Do you know what the pale is?
Yeah, the Pale, I just described it. I ask him, what is the Pale?
The pale, Corpo. It spooks me out.
Why does it spook you out?
The corpse is silent. The nose in the middle of his face is swollen. So are his cheeks. His lips are motionless.
With time, everything will become on the... Well, will be in the Pale. He's just gone on ahead. I hate you. You stink and you're boring.
Do I remind you of someone?
Oh, charming.
A child born with Muller's disease, harlequinism, grown up miraculously.
You don't remind me of anyone.
Sure I do. You just don't want to admit it.
Enough. Oh, hang on, so no, enough.
Come back later, Corpo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible, also, see me in your dreams.
Ugh. Okay. Ah, shit. I don't want to be looting the fucking corpse. Don't loot the corpse. Right. So search the body one more time. It's a 17% chance, so it's probably going to fail. Perception 6. Here we go.
Your arm reaches out and your eyes close, as if by their own volition. It's dark all around. You feel cold, dead flesh through the latex glove. It's right under the palm of your hand.
What is this?
His face, his cheeks, his nose, his fat, swollen lips. Like a rubber spider, your gloved hand crawls on his features. Everything is silent, all around.
Crawl up his nostrils, what the fuck?
They are swollen shut. You need to really push to get in.
Push a finger up his nose?
Only the little one fits. The flesh changes shape as you bore in, searching for something in the cartilage.
The fuck is he doing?
The thing you're looking for, it's not there. Crawl out, spider.
Fingers in the mouth? What the fuck are we doing?
The oral cavity is cold and moist. A ball-like tongue attaches itself to the base of the mouth, lolling around like a scallop.
There's nothing here. Open my eyes and look.
A vision of black and dark red death, pried open by your hands and studded with teeth. Looks like he's laughing. Death fumes rising from his throat. And there, in the back of his mouth, above the bell of the uvula, right in the soft palate, you see a hole, barely visible to the human eye. It is swollen shut, almost vanished. No larger than 0.4 centimeters in radius, the edges appear darkened.
Huh?
An abrasion collar, This is what we're after.
What's an abrasion collar? What does that mean? I say abrasion collar.
Abrasion collar.
The lieutenant looks in. There's a pen in his hand. His notebook is open at the copy paper.
Kuno is silent.
I touch it with my fingers gently.
A black trickle of liquid runs into his throat from the wound. Your index fits right in there. A tight tunnel of flesh opens up. Tissue damage. Wide enough for 2 fingers. As you push both in, you reach through his mouth, right into his brainstem.
Don't we have some forceps for this?
The fuck is happening?
Ah, shit, see?
Feel around first.
The basal ganglia feels clumpy. What entered here has torn apart his reptilian complex. This man will never sleep again. Never wake.
Conceptualize. You are completely useless. Conceptualization. Push deeper.
Your
I don't know
yellow
what I'm doing.
fingers slide into the remains of the limbic system. There is no resistance. It's gelatinous. The slug-like structures are damaged too. The tearing extends deep into both hemispheres. This is what he used to regulate his emotions with.
There's a cavity cut right between the hemispheres? What am I doing?
The lieutenant answers with the sound of his pen on paper.
Fucking cavity, see?
Push deeper.
Your fingers are all the way in now, reaching toward the inside of his skull. The cavity goes further, but the entry wound isn't wide enough for the rest of your hand to follow. Your fingers reach toward his skull. His cerebral cortex feels like jelly. Cold jelly. Strange fluid streams down your wrist as you push deeper, until you feel it on the tip of your finger. Ice-cold serrated metal. Its edges cut right through the latex and into your finger.
Ouch. Okay. Fish it out. 92% chance. Fish it out. We got it. Here we go.
You pick the object between your index and middle finger. It feels sharp, like metal. With your face twisting from pain and concentration, all you need to do is just...
Slowly pull your fingers out.
The inside of the head feels cold and smooth, like a glove. Sweat dripping down your brow. Careful not to lose the prize between your fingers. With a plop, your hand emerges from the mouth. The garden glove is covered in blood right up to the wrist. Between your fingers, a small flower. A blossom made of lead.
It's a hollow point bullet. A bullet? My bullet. Right?
Fucking beautiful!
A bullet.
It's just my bullet, right? We just took out my bullet?
The bullet falls in the bag, leaving a smattering of blood on the plastic. He raises the bag under his eyes and says,
A non-calibre. Rifled. Some kind of brittle alloy. Fractured on impact.
I shot him in the chest, not the head? Okay. Can I have it?
Of course. You deserve it.
The lieutenant drops the bag in my hand. It feels light.
We need to add an item to the injury list. Injury number 4. Oval entry wound with an abrasion collar. Soft palate, back of mouth.
Ah.
High velocity. Temporary cavity in brain tissue. Small exit wound on the occiput. How does that sound?
Sounds about right.
Opinion, fatal injury.
Okay. Okay, sorry, I misunderstood. I thought we were just fishing out the bullet that I shot in him, but... So that changes everything. That really changes everything. So he was shot and killed, and then... So wait, I was right all along? All the way back in stream 1? That it was fake, maybe? That the lynching is fake? Okay. He was shot and then strung up. Which means the other guys who were confessed didn't do the lynching. They were doing it to protect somebody. Protect who? Everett? The girl? The girl does have a handgun. The one, the drug smuggling one. Did she execute somebody? Okay. Fatal injury. Agreed.
And one last thing. We should amend injury number 3. Ligament mark. New opinion? Non-fatal. Post-mortem. Treatment.
He's proposing the bullet was the real cause of death, and the hanging an attempt to conceal this fact.
Yeah. Treatment.
Treatment, officer, is an attempt to manipulate the body after death, to hide the real cause with a false cause. In this case, this injury here.
He points to the mark encircling the corpse's neck. The ligament marks. Gotcha. That's why they used the belt, isn't it? They used a large enough belt of that design to conceal the bullet wound. The exit... Well, there's no exit wound because it was still in his... Okay. The fractured thyroid... Yeah, it was all treatment. All of it's treatment. All of it's after death.
Yes, and the belt around his neck. The hanging. Even dragging him to the yard. All of it was done after this man was already dead.
Yeah. Dead dabbo doop doop. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, agreed.
I have had my doubts since you showed me the tracks. Why did they carry him over? Why not march him, I thought. There was no satisfying explanation. There have been other signs too. Small details. Everything is too neatly designed for us to assign probable cause here. As we did, full-heartedly. Well, no more.
There is, of course, the very real possibility he was both shot and hanged.
Maybe they shot him while they hanged him? No. Who would do this? Okay. Why would anyone do this? That's the question.
To hide something. The real killer? The real motivation? What really happened here?
Thank you, Duckypuss, and Grove Spaz, and Sutajin. Thank you, all of you. Thank you for subbing. Thank you, Ductypuss. Okay. So, me just wildly speculating, if he was shot in the neck, as in, yeah, if he was shot in the neck, surely there'd be a blood trail if it was in the area, you know? As in, if he was shot in the whirling and rags, and they just dragged the body and strung it up here. So maybe he was carried to this location? Killed somewhere else. Oh, of course! Shot in the mouth. He had something pouring out of his stomach, and I assumed that they pumped his stomach with something. No, it was an injury in the back of the throat. It was his blood. His blood pooled in his stomach. Okay. So who would do this? Who would do this?
That's for us to find out. But this, it will make finding them just a little easier.
Maybe the bullet holds more answers.
Yes, we should take a closer look at it. I am certain it has more to tell us.
This little thing could reveal much about the weapon that shot it.
Absolutely. Okay. Right, what happens next?
We bag the corpse and carry him to the holding pen of my kinema. I can transport him to processing myself, but I will be gone for the rest of the day.
Okay, you'll be gone. What should I do in the meantime?
Work on the case. Tend to personal matters. Try not to do anything too dangerous. An officer needs backup in a neighborhood like this.
Yeah, especially since I lost my gun.
I'll leave that choice to you. And one more thing. Great work, detective.
Oh, thank you. He looks you in the eye. Thank you, Kim.
After you bag the corpse, Lieutenant Kitsuragi will leave the party until tomorrow morning. You can do side tasks, and even the main case, but it might be more difficult. Plan his exit accordingly.
Okay. Sure. Let's hold for a second then. Leave. Yeah, don't leave immediately, just in case there's anything I need to do in the area. Okay, that has changed the equation quite significantly then. Oh, they can zoom out really far. So, I've been lied to. I've been fucking lied to. So the Union Hardy Boys did not lynch the dude. And presumably their story about him raping somebody is bullshit. I mean, it might still be true, but somebody shot him, which means there is a definitive killer. Their story is... Yeah, I need to go confront them about that. Their story is lies. There is a killer. And I'm guessing... Well, unless there's some... Well, obviously there's stuff that I don't know yet, but I'm guessing that they seem very eager to protect that lady. Again, I assumed it was because she was a rape victim, and they were trying to protect her for that reason, but perhaps she's the actual murderer. Okay. Yeah, let me have a look at that bullet. Hang on. Where is it? No, wait. Bullet. Okay, so... Jacketed hollow point. The bullet mushroomed out on impact. It now looks more like a fanciful jacket button than something that could pierce flesh, skin, and bone.
The bullet is safely sealed away in a plastic bag bearing the RCM stamp. Kim has filled out the label on the bag with the item number, case number, and date and location the bullet was found.
Okay, feel the bullet through the bag.
The squashed bullet has some sharp edges where the jacket has split open. It feels cold, even through the bag.
Also, sorry, random bit of trivia just popped into my brain. Did you know that back before we were using bullets, back when we were using shots, manufacturing, so casting the actual shot balls was a bit of a pain in the arse. So it turns out the Americans came up with a very clever solution. They would build these enormous brick towers called shot towers, and at the bottom of the shot towers, or hollow tower, they would put a pool of water. They would simply have a dude climb to the top of the tower, where they would pour, is it molten lead? Through a sieve. So droplets of molten lead would fall through the tower at speed, starting to cool as they formed, forming near-perfect spheres. The spheres would land into the water and make you a shot. Very quickly. The Americans could make hundreds of them, and if any of them were malformed, which many of them were, they just melt them down again, just go again. So yeah, before the creation of the bullets proper, the Americans had a very, very clever way of making a lot of ammunition.
You wouldn't ordinarily have cause to handle jacketed bullets. The citizens' militia uses cast bullets only. Little pebbles of metal loaded from the muzzle, usually in a cartridge.
Okay. You wouldn't ordinarily have cause to handle jacketed bullets. Okay. What do I do with you, bullet?
What?
I'd say, what do I do with you, bullet?
Well, if I was the bullet, which I'm not, I would say, find the weapon that shot me.
A good idea.
If we find who owns it, we will have likely found who used it, possibly to kill our victim. In conclusion, the more we know about this bullet of yours, the better.
Okay, I inspect the bullet closer.
The jacket of the bullet is made of a yellowish metal. It has blossomed out to reveal a dark grey core. The base of the bullet is close to 5 millimeters in diameter.
I look at the core. Yeah, look at the jacket.
You can just about make out a few striations near the base of the bullet. Little hairlines, linear. It feels standard.
And the core?
It's quite destroyed. Some of the fragments are still lodged in the wound.
What can you say about the bullet so far?
It's a jacketed bullet, close to 5 millimeters in diameter.
A jacketed bullet. Okay. It would have been shot from a military-grade breech-loading rifle, not from a muzzleloader, like those typically found on the streets of Martinez.
You sure it was a rifle?
Highly unusual. The people of Revachol haven't carried breech-loading weapons like this for nearly half a century.
Even the RCM uses ordinary unjacketed conical bullets. This is strange. Very strange. I like this, officer. Strange means unique. Unique means incriminating. We need to find the gun that shot it.
Yes, indeed. Hand-to-eye coordination, legendary roll, only 28%. Try to determine what type of weapon shot this. 28% roll now. Yay!
A rifle, Revolutionary period. Your bullet looks to be an old 4.46 millimeter from the surplus left over from the turn of the century. Probably an antique or a retrofitted antique.
Make,
The 4.46 caliber was widely used with the Belmargrave rifle, a Revacholian manufacturer. The BM dominated the battlefields of the Insulindian theater of the anti-centennial revolution 50 years ago.
Is anyone still making them?
No, but Zeliger, a major firearm manufacturer, ended up with a surplus after the war, so there are still a lot of these old military rifles floating around, usually broken. The quality was appalling.
Oh, really? Okay, who uses Belmargrave rifles these days?
Antiques enthusiasts, guerrilla fighters in distant countries, a few lucky jamrock bangers. You're looking for a well-preserved antique, most likely.
And also, that kind of dashes something that was in my head. Imagine as if this guy was shot in the mouth by the drug smuggling lady. Like, is that really like someone who's moving around in a lorry smuggling drugs? Would they really be carrying an antique rifle? Surely you'd have like a small little muzzle-loaded pistol or some shit. Okay, an antique rifle.
What are you thinking? Bullet?
I think I know where this came from. I dangle the bag thoughtfully.
Okay. And?
The shot probably came from a Belmargrave rifle.
An antique. That makes sense. There can't be many breech-loading rifles floating around in Martinez, or anywhere in Ravachol, really.
Why not?
Sure, there's some arms trafficking, but the laws prohibiting the use of breech loaders we inherited from the monarchy have been effective, from what I've seen.
Okay. It's going to be hard to move a rifle around without, if that's true, you're not just going to have someone walk down the street with one.
Some new RCM recruits get impatient with their muzzleloaders once they've trained with military-grade weapons, but they realize it's worth it in the end.
Prohibiting peacetime law enforcement to front-loaded rifles is a policy enforced by the Moralist International in all the nations of the Real Belt.
Seems pretty crazy to me. It's worth what? Getting shot?
Imagine if everyone, cops, citizens, had access to firearms that could shoot multiple rounds without pausing to reload. After the first shot, the second, third, and so on come much easier.
Yeah, but you. Sorry, there's I can't even words with this one. You don't have to have full-on all beat cops armed with guns. You have special response units armed with the guns. That's the whole idea. Escalation. What is it? Controlled escalation. So yeah, you can have them in service with the RCM, just don't have them with every single officer. You have what you've got over there, Kim. You've got like a fast-moving vehicle. When shit goes down on the radio, you send the guys in with those. You send your tactical response units.
But back to the investigation.
Militia? Yeah, militia. Minutemen. You send the call them Minutemen. Militia, rapid response. It's what they do. Yeah, on a minute's notice. Out of the station, into the fucking car. Anyway. Minutemen have muskets. You know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about. Actually, no, hang on. Sorry, apologies. I don't know. Maybe I'm just... sorry, since there are lots of Americans who might be watching... Yes, sorry, that's how it works in the UK. So, fun fact, if you're in the UK, look for police cars with yellow circles on their windshields. Look carefully. If you see them, it's an armed officer. So, so all of the officers don't have guns, but the ones with the yellow circles are the armed response. They have rifles. They're the ones that, okay, there's a firearm threat. They get in there quick, specially trained. They've got fucking full metal jacket rifles or whatever they've got. They can be there in fucking every fucking precinct or thing has them. Yeah, so look for the little yellow circles on the police cars. They're the armed response. Anyway, yeah, those are the ones you do not fuck with. They'll shoot you. Right, hang on a minute. Sorry, I'm just going through random facts. Tell you what happened the other day. Sorry, I didn't see this. My mum's boyfriend was telling me that he was looking out the window down over the houses, and he said that he saw a red light move rapidly through the sky, and then as it turned, a green light, and then suddenly it moved up and down really quickly, and it was zipping all over the place in the night sky. It's one of the police drones. I thought it was kind of cool. Like Sussex Police. So we've got a whole bunch of police drones with, I think they've got red lights on the right and green lights on the left. But yeah, I was like, it's kind of cool. But I just said, yeah, you saw a police drone. You see them around the place in Sussex from time to time. Anyway. Right. Back to the investigation. Looking for an antiques enthusiast. No. Something mysterious is afoot with this antique bullet type.
Mysterious? Okay. Either way, we'll know when we find the gun.
Okay. The bullet has nothing more to say. Interesting. Okay. Right. Yeah, so for those joining, that has changed a lot then. So, yeah, once we bag and, get that corpse bagged and taken away. So, the murder investigation... Yeah, hang on, I've got to go confront the... Quick save before this goes wrong. Let's go and confront the Hardy Boys. Their story is a pack of lies. Hang on, before I do, shall I level up something? I can level up something. What shall we level up? Could level up rhetoric, empathy, hand-to-eye coordination, perception. What should I level up? Drama's always I don't know. Volition. Try to do the right thing. There we go. What was another one? Was that 2? It is 2. So another point into volition. Okay, then another point into logic. There we go. Sweet. Find the murder weapon. Right, let's go. Are they still here? They are still here. Thank you, Ragustan. Thank you very much, Ragustan.
It's you again. What is it?
Okay, hello, Titus. Your story is bollocks. So I just found a bullet in the hangman's head. Good. You can talk to him about the Merc's friends. Okay. So I talked to Joyce. The Merc you hanged, his friends are coming for you.
Yeah. By friends, you mean his squad mates from Crenell.
Oh, you knew he was from Crenell? Huh.
Wouldn't want to beat up his grandma.
They're snickering in the room. Some of the men put their beers down. They're forming some sort of tribunal. They're coming for you.
This is what happens if you take the law into your own hands. Other people start doing it too.
Let them come. The Hardy Boys are right fucking here.
They have automatic weapons.
You heard the man. Right here. We're armed. We got the whole district behind us. And Glenn. Glenn is fucking crazy.
Glenn's sitting in the back going, what the fuck?
Yeah. A well-oiled murder machine.
He punches the blondie in the shoulder. Okay. Did you know that a single Serace giant hornet can kill 40 bees a minute? No, don't say that. They have no idea what you're on about. These guys have just worked a fucking... No, actually, they haven't. These bunches... They're not working at all. They're on strike. So that point doesn't hold any water. But still, these guys are fucking... They work in a dock. They've never seen a fucking hornet. Hang on. The mercenaries are armed with automatic weapons.
We got weapons of our own. We got Ister 50s, Zeelagers. Glenn's got a knock cannon at home.
Will it pierce ceramic armor?
I guess we're gonna see, aren't we?
That's a no.
That was an unsure phrasing.
See what? That they don't? Yeah, for your sake, I hope you're fucking right.
Right about what? That a 50 caliber bullet goes through shit? Yeah, I am.
You're an idiot. You're actually an idiot. You have no experience in combat at all. He could walk through the door and just fucking hose this booth and kill all of you with an automatic weapon. Okay. The Crenell are bad news. You know that, right?
So are the local gangs. The fucking Barmy Army and the Madre scum. You've been out there. Seen any around?
Yeah. Where are they now, huh? sent back to Madre in an airtight cargo crate.
I don't know what he means, sorry.
These people are trained
Yeah.
military professionals, special forces, as you said. They're not a gang or barmy army.
No, they're not. They're uncoordinated and drunk. We know more about them than you think.
Okay. Because you bumped into... That's interesting. So he said that. So was he really drunk when he got shot in the... Maybe he's just still playing the part. Let's confront him on that. Conclude with a shrug. Oh, hang on. No, yeah. Try to rattle them one more time. Joyce says they've gone rogue. Nobody's controlling them.
Big fucking surprise. They hire psycho scum, arm them to the teeth, and let them loose in the city. What do you think is gonna happen?
Yeah, on that I'm with you, frankly. It's fucking irresponsible. And again, for those who weren't here in the last stream, I think Joyce lied to me. She claims that they're here, the mercenaries, 3 of them, 2 now. They're here in response to the bad negotiations, but I rather suspect that they were probably here from the beginning, because corporation's going to be a corporation. And it's weird that one of them is rabble-raising, as scabs outside. That almost feels like something you do from the beginning, really. I don't know. No, don't tell them the giant hornet fact. They're fucking thick as pig shit. They don't know anything. Conclude with a shrug.
What do you mean? Okay.
Okay. I mean, okay, they're going to wipe you the fuck out, Titus, number 1. Or, okay, you've got this. You got numbers. I mean, okay, I'll be on your side when they come. 4, okay, you've got one more gun on your side. Once I find mine, I've lost it. No, number 1, they're going to wipe you the fuck out.
No, they won't. Get out of here with your negative energy.
All he means is that the situation is serious.
No wonder you cops get shot to shit every day. Can't go to war with an attitude like that.
Oh, he's doomed. Yeah, he's so fucking doomed. Right, let's challenge him. Here we go. So for those who are just joining, yes, we found a bullet in the lynched man. A second bullet in the lynched man. Anyway, we found this bullet in the hangman's head.
A bullet, you say? That's mighty curious.
He pats the back of his head.
Indeed. Mighty. How did it get there?
The lieutenant is fixed on Titus. So his whole story is bullshit.
Well, there are so many bullets in the world, and so many heads. I guess it's only logical. At some point, one of them bullets had to end up in one of them heads.
Titus, the bullet is fired from a gun. A gun has a single trigger. The trigger had a single finger on it, which means there is only one murderer. Who is it, Titus?
It's bound to happen again, you know? Just statistically speaking, of course.
Sire, it would be an event most dramatic if you were to produce the bullet and dangle it before their very eyes.
Okay. I'm going to ask you this again. Why was this, I take out the plastic and show them the bullet, in the victim's head? Actually, no, don't do that. Don't do that, because this prick could do something stupid like grab it from me. I think the hanging was a cover-up for the shooting.
You know what I think? I think he was shot in the head as a kid, and his brain grew around the bullet.
Around the bullet, man. That's a good one.
All the goofing around is to avoid lying. It's a technique.
Did you guys shoot him?
Shit! I probably did shoot him. I was drunk last night. You guys know me when I'm drunk.
Yeah, Glenn likes to shoot his guns when he's drunk. Better hope he stays sober.
No, he meant before he was hanged. Did you shoot him before you hanged him?
Before? After? During? This is getting ridiculous. They told you what happened. Stop wasting your time.
They are extremely adamant to protect somebody. Who is the 8th Hardy? What was her name again? I think I was given her name. Or was that the name of the lawyer? Is that Lizzie? Hang on. I'm going to ask you this again. Why was it... Okay, I'll show the bullet. Why was this in the victim's head?
Wow! He's got it in a real evidence bag and all!
Why don't you go home and log it into evidence? These men have told you what happened.
Don't worry. We'll figure this out. Sooner or later, Titus.
Never been worried in my life, lawman.
He crosses his hairy arm, having forgotten his beer for a moment.
It's not like you blew it wide open, but there's a little crack in there, somewhere.
Okay. We'll let you think on that. So, the collective defense will no longer work. They know that there's a single killer. They're protecting a single killer. We're hunting a single murderer. Oh, what the fuck? Gaston's in here. Can we talk to him about the communist news thing we found? Yeah. Wait, is that Gaston? Someone that looks like Gaston. Okay. Get the authority up. Could do. I mean, the authority is being limited right now because, hang on. Where is it? Is it the clipboard? Yes, a reduction in the authority there. Was there another reason? Yeah, and the glasses. So take those off. What's my current authority? 1. Who the hell is Gaston? He's the guy playing bowls with Rene, the soldier dude, over in the crater.
It's you again. What is it?
Okay. So still godly, 8% chance. A white check, you may retry it. Fuck it, why not? 8% chance.
Establish authority. Yes. Authority. Feverish thoughts race through your mind.
Kim, I need your gun. First you tell me someone's been raped, and then you don't say who. That's bullshit.
Stop shitting your pants. You don't need to know, all right? We took care of it. The law handled it, all right?
Yeah. Aren't you listening? It's done. Finito.
You're not the law. I am the law.
For God's sake, stop shouting! Stop breaking things in my establishment! Stop provoking those oafs! They're not going to give you anything, can't you see? I can't have a police interrogation in here. People are trying to eat.
Shut up, barman! Oh no, I don't want to do that. This doesn't concern you, cafeteria manager, or shut up, barman. No. Oh, fuck. It doesn't concern you, cafeteria manager.
Of course it concerns me if you make this kind of...
Easy, babes. What is this? I can't have a slap fight in my bar. It's embarrassing.
In your bar?
We are deep in Far's territory. We need to cool off and re-engage later.
Everyone can see you picked some wrong options. Next time you have to come up with better things to say.
You should have gone for the gun. Okay. That didn't work. Lizzie, can you talk some fucking sense into them?
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time?
Are you Lizzie, Elizabeth, Miss Beaufort?
I suggest not wasting time on trivial pleasantries and focusing on why you are actually here. Titus Hardy.
Even though she has excellent control over herself, something moved behind her eyes. In the way she stands. In her face.
Easy Leo told me about you. He likes you a lot.
You are not here to chat up the legal counsel. You are here to question these men.
Are you the Hardy girl? No, I know she's not, but I'll see what she says.
I am not.
She says dryly.
You could be Liz. You could be anything. You could even be a model.
I think Glenn likes you.
Even a mod? Glenn, I went to law school. I am an attorney.
He's right. With a face like that, she could be on the cover of Le Debutante International.
Okay, change the topic.
Please, do.
It's not her. She's not a Hardy girl. Definitely.
No. But seriously, Elizabeth, you need to get the fuck out of here. I don't know what's going to happen, but yeah, an enraged mercenary could burst through the door with an automatic weapon and just kill all 8 of you in one magazine. Your shitty little gun, especially since they're drinking, it's not going to stop them. Okay. Oh, shit. Okay. So, well, it's good that the game let me confront them, though. It's kind of cool. Right, so... yeah, let me just go over to the point. I need to get some cash for my next stay at the cafeteria. So we'll bag the body in a minute. Hang on, the lorry driver wants a word with me. Let's have a quick chat with him. Hello.
I saw you poking around in Lady Driver's lorry. She in trouble?
Sorry, man, I can't disclose the facts of an official investigation.
It's that bad. Man, what should I do? What should I do to help her?
Wait a minute. You've got tattoos on your chest. Why? Interesting. He lets out a whistle, looking about 10 years older suddenly. Why not? Well, just the dead man had tattoos on his chest. Considerable tattoos. Okay. What's this? Sorry. He lets out a whistle. Man, what should I do? What should I do to help her? No need for you to do anything. Don't worry, the police are looking into it.
Yeah, maybe I should just keep my head down and work on my rhymes while I can.
Good luck with that. Gotta run.
Yeah, you too. Be safe, detective.
You too, Tommy. Okay. Your dad has tattoos on his chest. Is he a suspect now? Yes, actually. Yes, your dad is a suspect. We need to talk to him immediately, Robotic Llama. Hang on. Oh, there's Gaston. He's still over there. Scribble between the thighs of a page 3 girl. Laring du disco. What does that mean? Sorry. Wait, they have page 3 in this fucking... What the fuck? Wait, hang on. Is the developer British? The origin of disco. Estonian. They're Estonian? Then how do they know about page 3 and why is armor spelt correctly? The officers were in London. That makes sense. Estonian but lived in Britain. Gotcha, that's why. Yeah, it'd be weird that an any developer other than Britain would know if someone, a British person, know. Sorry, page 3. There's a shit-stained tabloid called The Sun. For years, page 3 was where the tits were shown. Like glamour models with their tits out on page 3. That's what that is. And they're spelling armor with a U consistently, which means that they're British. Right.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
Okay. Yeah, can I ask you about my missing gun?
Sure thing.
Oh, no. Okay, never mind.
Sure, man.
Can I sell anything? So hang on, I might have something to sell.
Sure. Let me have a look.
No, don't sell the thing. Sell clothes. Check my pockets.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Right, I need to get 5 real. Is there anything here that's valuable enough? Handkerchief. I'm gonna need lots of this. Not really, it's all shit. Okay. What about my clothes?
I'm not purchasing any more clothing at the moment.
Shit. Yeah, but I don't want to be begging for money. I mean, these people are hard. People are having trouble as it is. Okay. True, I could always try and collect some bottles. Okay.
Another time, perhaps.
What's this here? Not sure. Send victim's body to be processed. Okay. Beg Joyce, she has the money. That's true, but the dialogue option was not there. Would Revachol be better if everyone was equally wealthy? I don't know, but certainly more wealth, less wealth inequality could only be a good thing. Because look, no one can afford a pot to piss in, which means no money is moving through. People are just stashing their cash. They're not putting it anywhere. Nothing's moving. Yeah, everything's just stratified, and the rich people aren't even here. The middle class people aren't even here. Just brain drain and rot, which means nothing's going to progress here, which I'm guessing is what all the rest of the world want. It sucks for Revachol. Okay, hang on. So Gaston and Rene, I need to talk to both of them for a quick second. Let's speak to Gaston, because I discovered, I think Gaston is writing stuff, communist shit, in that propaganda newspaper. I suspect that because weirdly, this communist pamphlet was whinging about people being kicked out for having the gall to not pay their rent here in Martinez, which I think might be Gaston whinging.
Officer, the mere sight of police in Martinez makes me feel safer already. How can I help you?
I want to ask you about the Union.
Sure, officer.
Oh, shit.
They are the good guys around here. What do you need?
Evidence to the contrary. Okay, it's all for now.
No, thank you.
Alright, sorry, dude. Okay, Rene. Hello, Rene.
I like playing in the dark. Sharpens your nocturnal instincts. Feels like being on recon again.
Okay. Rene, I found your guard booth in the harbour.
Yes. The Debardeurs Union pays me to stand vigil during the nights. Not out of any political allegiance, mind you. I'm an old man. Don't sleep more than a few hours every night anyway, and money is tight.
That sucks as well. Again, I know I keep... everything just sucks. Just seeing old people work sucks. You know, in their twilight years. Money is tight. You should be enjoying retirement. Should be putting the burden of work behind him, but he's forced to work despite his advancing years. Fucking sucks. Okay. Your booth looks right over the yard. Yeah, I saw a picture in there. Who is this girl?
She is nobody. This is none of your concern, and I refuse to discuss my private affairs with the RCM.
The lady is Jeanne-Marie Beaulieu, and she sure as hell wasn't a nobody.
Jean-Marie Beaulieu. Okay. Sorry, what pop-up was that? I wasn't sure. Gaston knows who that is. It's a bit rude, isn't it, to be rifling through his guard tower? Could be like a private photo of a family member. You must have seen something on the night of the murder. Your booth looks right over the yard.
Yes, it does. Unfortunately, I wasn't working that night. Been on a 2-week leave since last Monday.
Why were you on leave?
It's a private matter. Nothing to do with your investigation.
You see, officer, René is the kind of man would rather die than admit he needs medical assistance or, God forbid, sick it. A real man's man is just gonna ride it out.
I'm fine, goddammit. Mind your own business. It's nothing. Just got to cut back on coffee.
No. Poor dude. So who was working your shift that night?
No one. The bus has been unmanned since last Monday. There's no other guard. It's just me.
No one has been guarding the container yard since last Monday.
Yes. It's not actually an issue. I mean...
Look, officer. The container yard doesn't actually need a guardsman. Never had one before René. Monsieur Claire had that booth built specially for him. It's mostly decorative.
Mostly decorative?
The possibility of someone being in there is enough to discourage any ill-minded individuals.
He tries to argue.
Evrard created this job for René because he knows the Royal Carabiniers' pension of honor and PTSD isn't something a man can live off. A decorated Kingsman collecting tear reflects bad on the whole neighborhood. His words.
That's interesting. If that really came from him, from Everard. So my options are Everard gets it, big guys looking after the small, and everyone works together. I love it. 2, such dependency only weakens a man further. Do or die, there is no middle ground. Jesus. 3, Rene is but one man. We need a program. Get all the elderly back in the job market. No! God! No! 4, Rene should rent out his services, invest the profits, get a few more guys, expand and repeat. The fuck are these answers? They're all so extreme. 5, there's absolutely nothing wrong with tear collecting. It's my side thing too. It's talking about the damn bottles I'm collecting. All of these answers are like extreme. There's no option for why isn't there should be like a state-run pension system or like a state-introduced pension system, especially after fucking or specifically like a veterans assistance. Something reasonable. Not fucking union boss looks after stuff for the sake of, well, I guess it like entrenches organised crime because mafia, no, I know it's not a mafia, but just go with me, like steps in to fulfill roles that the society, the government or local government has failed to do, which means you just get the teeth of organised crime in a way that you can't easily dislodge them. It's not even centrist. That's like just slightly to the left. That's not even extreme left or centrist. Anyway, but I got to pick one. I got to pick one extreme option. Okay. I guess no, but that's just acknowledging the organised crime. I suppose that's me interpreting that. Big guy looks after the small. The big guy's a criminal. He's a mob boss, essentially. Except the mob is a union. Rene's one man. We need a program. But that program is to get them all back into the job market. That's crazy. And no, old people shouldn't be fucking picking through bins. Okay, I guess I'm just going to have to go with the first one, but that's... Okay.
Can we conclude the topic of my guard boost now?
Yeah. Poor dude. Yeah, it sucks. Everything in this world sucks.
Yes. Like I said, it would be up anyway, so might as well keep an eye out. It keeps my senses sharp.
Yeah. But yeah, what I said is essentially true. These services are needed, as in people need things. People need local services, and if your government is not doing it, then other organisations will come in and accept the gratitude for it. In that case, the union. And if, then the locals will turn a blind eye to their activities. Hell, it's one of the reasons that, they had so much difficulty with, Pablo Escobar in Colombia. It's a nightmare, because he just, he stepped in to do a whole bunch of stuff that locally wasn't happening, like housing for the poor. And then you just get like a ferociously loyal mob behind you. Hang on. So, what is it about this old soldier that makes him stand so proud? I'm guessing it's all he really has.
All you observe is a veteran refusing to let go of the past and his old uniform. This is not uncommon.
This is the uniform of the Royal Carabineers in service of Frissel I, Guillaume le Lion, and the valiant King Philip V before him.
Don't you mean Frissel the Fan?
You do not speak his name, Craven, although he was a clown. But he was our clown, ours to ridicule and to mourn.
There's something you missed. You will get to it. Don't worry.
I'll try again. It's quite cool that these two are hanging out, though. This guy is secretly a communist, and this guy is quite openly I suppose looking back on the a monarchist, looking back on the monarchy. So yeah, these two opposites, but they're still friends. Royalist? Yeah, sorry, royalist? Yeah. There's something down here. Really? Is it? Can I interact with it? Hang on. No. Okay, what am I doing? It's late in the evening. I need to get some money. Need to go collecting bottles, I think. So where am I going? Am I speaking to Joyce? Hang on. Do I need to speak to Joyce? No, we need to get that body back. Now leave Joyce. Okay. And I still ignore the bookstore. I've been in the bookstore. I've been in there a few times. There's a very snooty lady and a bunch of books. Okay. Right, we'll send. Yeah. We'll send. Kim off with the books then. Hang on. With the books, with the body. Alright. Okay.
The man is decomposing visibly now. Every hour, he looks less like a creature and more like a pile of intestines.
Yeah.
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Okay. Let's bag him. Take him away.
All right.
So he pulls out the shiny black body bag and starts putting the plastic over the dead man's face.
There go those beautiful enamel boots. He will never own the full set now. May they rest in processing. Oh well, in another lifetime.
I will need a little help carrying him. You take the hands, I'll take the legs.
Bag the corpse and drag it into the motor carriage. Okay. There we go. Yes, don't forget about the smoker. We need to interview the witness. Urgently. Okay. Right. So, how long until I can do that? It was after 9, wasn't it? Could do that next time. It's already 20 minutes past 10. Right. Cargo container door. Need to find cash for my night's sleep. Hang on. Equip the bag. It's a bit sad, but we'll just have a run around collecting bottles for a few minutes until we can talk to the thing. So I've got the evidence with me. Where's the bag? Gonna have to be hobo cop. I don't want to, but if not, I don't have a bed. Right. Where can I find the bottles? Do they highlight? There's no cut-off point. The room shuts at 9. Oh, really? And pay for it after. Any bottles I haven't picked up yet. Ruins full of snow. No one lives here anymore. Jesus. Right. Maybe I should try the bookstore? Are there any bottles in the bookstore? Oh, can I check that bin? There we go. Plastic tear, glass tear. Grab these. Where's that? That's a mailbox. Let's ignore that. Any bottles in here? New. Just random bits of fiction. The book collects the national recipe of ardor. They're all about lake trout. What's this?
These shelves are overburdened with books from the same series. You see the name Dick Mullen over and over.
Yeah.
A couple of spook novels hide amidst all the detective books. Thrilling tales of spycraft and daring do.
I look through the display of books.
Crime fiction is a disgrace. An asinine misrepresentation of the physical attributes of the arduous everyday work of actual police officers.
Nonsense. Enhance.
These books greatly overstate the excitement of police work, glossing over how long it takes to actually follow up on leads and eliminate dead ends.
Enhance.
What's more, they completely ignore the psychological hardships of year after year coming into contact with people during the worst days of their lives. Not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. Now, would you like a list of all the books found on the shelf?
Yeah, God no.
Shelves filled to the brim with crime novels featuring the supposedly stalwart Vespertine detective, Dick Mullen.
He looks over the edge, aim for the bushes, and then he jumps. It's all true. Right. Yeah, just a bunch of books, really. Hang on. A quaint picture, a book brochure, very colourful. It's the Tome of Fascist Magic, rather candid. Everyone knows the most interesting thing about fascists was their magic. Wait a minute, let me just put the, just in case there are any checks that I do not wish to fail. Put my visual calculus glasses back on. No, wait, my logic glasses, nope. Where is it? There we go, my notebook.
The plaque on the shelf reads, Biographies of Famous People. You see a large variety of names, none of which ring a bell.
Look through the display of books.
Browsing through all the books with all their names makes your head spin. None of these seem important or relevant. It's all just vapid egoism. Suddenly, a particularly odd title catches your eye. It reads, High Speed Love, the tragic true love story of Jacob Irv and Alfie Delatraz, by one Cecilia Averbrook.
What's it about?
High Speed Love chronicles the romance between two of the finest tip-top tourney racers in history. One of them is the madcap driver, Jacob Irv. His blonde mane graces the cover. Next to Irv's life story, you see a slim biography of an Occidental rock star called the Anti-Star. He's famous for shooting morphine into one of his eyeballs and cocaine into the other.
Oh, fuck.
Next to that, Rivasholian radio personality Guillaume Bevy stands in front of a rundown drug den. He's a permanent fixture on Channel 8, reporting on real-life crime and ruining cops' days.
I really must insist you buy one of the books. Reading them is not for free. Do still browse, though, but not too long.
Charming.
I'm sorry, I did not mean to rush you. You are browsing. Go ahead. Take your time. Time is commerce.
Jesus. Horrid lady. What's here? Another boring book, just discarded.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature.
I look through the shelf.
Amidst the various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas. It's about wholeness, unity, balance. These three things are very important to the working class mind. The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health services.
How does that work? That's the thing, it doesn't.
It serves platitudes, while also telling everyone that traditional medicine, the kind people don't have access to, and which costs more than this book, is garbage, and would only give you cancer anyway, without even curing your cold or anything.
I'm about to tell you a true story. No word of what I'm about to tell you is a lie. Back when I was a kid, in junior school, we were about to have an injection. I cannot remember what the injection was. We have a few of those in the UK. I seem to remember that one of the most feared ones was like a combi vaccination of like 3 different things. Anyway, it was really fearsome because they do this pinch check before like I don't know how long it was, like a week I want to say, like before the actual injection, where they sort of put it's almost like a plastic device. It's not a jab. Like against your wrist, I seem to remember, and it pinches you, and then it forms a circle, and then if any of the it's like it's an allergy test basically, and so I remember we were all terrified of this particular injection. I also seem to remember, my memories are blurred, But there was this other injection, I have a feeling this might have been secondary school, where you weren't allowed to touch the site of the injection because if you punch people there, whatever, it could scar permanently. And I think some people were actually suspended from school because they would try to punch other people on the arm to try and cause scarring. You know, it was really, really bad. Anyway, point is, vaccinations, we were having them as kids in the UK. And one of them, I was so frightened. I, to this day, am very, very frightened of needles. Just a phobia. Just, I don't like needles. So I'll tolerate them, but I will avoid them to the best of my ability. When I go to the doctor, this happened like a year ago or whatever, when I had a blood test for a thing, I basically turned to the nurse and said, look, I'm going to turn and face the wall. Don't let me see the needle. Just do what you need to do. Just tell me when you're done. Just don't let me see the fucking needle. Because it just gives me the willies. I just go, ah. I don't like it. Anyway. Point is, I was terrified as a kid. Absolutely fucking terrified. And so I was so scared, I didn't want to go into school. I was terrified of this jab. My mum gave me a pill to calm me down. Took the pill. It was like a relaxation thing. It was a relaxation pill. Anyway, took the pill, went to have the vaccination, and then memory's a bit hazy. I can't remember if I said or my mum called in to say, but something happened where the school found out that I had taken this ahead of the thing, and so they cancelled the injection. I didn't get the injection. Of course, I was thrilled. You know, obviously I don't want the injection. It was rescheduled for later because they didn't want to risk. You know, they didn't want the risk of the jab going ahead combined with whatever pill I've taken. Do you want to know the hilarious bit? It was a herbal calming pill. A homeopathic herbal calming pill. For those who didn't catch that, it was water. I was given a placebo pill. It was water. There's nothing in homeopathic medicine. That's the whole point. There's nothing in it. It's just water. And whatever shit the tablet is made of, you know, the packet, the capsule. I was given a water pill, and they wouldn't do the jab. Yeah, like sugar or whatever, you know, whatever they put. It's just, yeah. It's not real. It's fake medicine. It's never been real. And sorry, this is a different story. But fucking years later, I was sitting on the sofa in my then nan's house. She's passed away now, sadly. But they were on the countertop, and they I can't remember what they were doing. They had a packet of tablets, and they were giving someone a tablet, and they were reading the dosage really carefully, and obviously it was homeopathic, and I was just sort of mocking this whole thing and like going, you know, what are you doing? That's homeopathic medicine. What are you doing? And they didn't know that my nan and my mum didn't know about this, and I was trying to explain, look, that's just water, and they were insisting, no, it's proper medicine. Anyway, then my little nephew came in, my little second cousin. She entered the room and she had a it was like a squirty spray bottle. It was like a water gun. And she wanted a refill. And so they unscrewed the water gun. They went to the cold tap, poured it full of water, screwed it back into the water gun, then gave it back to her so she could run outside and play. And I laughed and said, you just filled that water pistol with as much medicine as is in that medicine. It was perfect, like the timing on the moment of her wanting the refill on the water gun. It's bollocks. Homeopathic medicine is total fucking bollocks. It's bollocks. It's complete woo. Anyway.
Wholeness, unity, balance, on the other hand, can basically take care of anything. Though it is important to note, when it's up to your mind to heal yourself, then it's because of your mind that you're ill in the first place.
No, it's one of those, is it? Interesting,
Various paranatural books still litter the shelf.
Sorry, I know I'm going down fucking rabbit holes right now. You know when I was writing that script for the video that never came to pass, yet at least, you know, the Sons of the Forest video essay? Bear with me there, I need to work on that front. Anyway, I was doing some reading on this book. So there was this book called The Holographic Tree in the game, and the Holographic Tree, so it's an in-game book that you can find lying around the survival game Sons of the Forest. And so it's based on the holographic universe, which is a real book in real life, and it's to do with this theory. I'm not going to go into it now, but it's this theory that basically the universe isn't real and we're all just a hologram, but there's more to it than that. Anyway, one of the chapters in the book that I was reading, in this book, it was going exactly this. When you are ill, it is because holographic you thinks you are ill, and therefore it's being projected onto you or whatever. Or like when sadness or whatever happens to you, it's just because you think you're sad or whatever. It's all this, it's fucking nonsense. Anyway, the claims of the book were made considerably less believable when I learnt that the author of the holographic universe died about 2 years after writing the book of leukemia. I think, if memory serves. He died of some disease. And I'm like, well, I guess he didn't think he wasn't ill. I guess he didn't take that advice to heart by the sounds of it. I'm not even fucking with you. That's not even a joke. I'm going to look it up right now. Hang on, the holographic universe book. There it is. Michael Talbot, how did you die? Michael Talbot, author, died 1992 from lymphocytic leukemia at the age of 38. Anyway. Here we go.
Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside the alcove. They're held up by small pins. The board has come loose from one corner.
Oh, you're shitting me. Is this the map?
The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinez.
Was I meant to come here and get a map? Has it been here the whole time? Look at the map of Insulinde.
This large map displays archipelagos. You see a constellation of small dots on the light blue emptiness of the Insulindic Ocean. The largest in the northeast is La Caillou. You are here. Another, far away in the southwest, Seminese Islands, Ile de Fantôme, Ozon, Laurentide, Fas à la Mer, Archipelagos, North Arcade Islands, all just specks of dust on the vastness of the Insulindic. On the edges of the map, the color fades into a blur of dotted lines, black and white, disintegrating into mathematics. In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Caillou in a bookstore. It's you.
I squint. Can I see cities on the islands?
You can. On Caillou, Revachol, a single black star. On Ozon, Fondelier, and Vilmandu. On archipelagos, Croyan Moran, Villiers. On Seminine, Olduvai, and on Laurentide, Deora of the Seven Seas. 850 million people live on these little dots, an oceanic world of culture and commerce torn apart by history.
I look at the edges.
The ocean breaks apart into a tangle of cosines and azimuths, all pointing into pale nothingness. Windy is the north azimuth. Grad is the northeast azimuth. Samara is the east azimuth. Seo is the west azimuth. Isolas, they're called.
So for the people just joining the stream who are not familiar with the lore, by the sounds of it, we're not even sure if we live on a planet. We are in large... Yeah, there's oceans around these continents, but when you sail, or fly, to the edges of them, we seem to find a strange... What is it? It's called the... Sorry, what is it called again? It's not called the mist. What is it called again? The pale? It's the pale, isn't it? There's a strange foggy mist with some sort of otherworldly mold growth, apparently. But, yes, to approach the mist and to disappear into it is to not disappear, but, like, physics starts to break down. You can make it with careful physical preparation with your body and speed. But, yeah, you almost have to sort of, like, push through this craziness of physics breaking down and math stops working eventually. So travel between the individual continents sounds crazy. Our one, this archipelago one, is surrounded. So well, that's what this is saying. We're surrounded on our compass points by other continents, just through this strange, otherworldly well, phenomenon, basically, whatever it is. They said that they're sending up weather balloons to try and see over it, but again, it's not clear if we're even on... I mean, this world could be entirely artificial. This could be some completely fucking, bubble worlds, virtual reality, whatever you want to say. Little bubbles of reality surrounded by a corona of just unreality or something, or nothing.
Connections to other worlds. Words past the Insulindian, unknown to you. You only know you've never been there. 850 million people live on these tiny dots. An oceanic world of culture and commerce, torn apart by history.
I look at the map of Revachol.
The north coast of a verdant island is shattered by the delta of a river. It is the River Esperance. Countless bridges put the shards back together, connecting city blocks to river islands. La Delta says a great artificial heart in the center, teeming with life forms and construction. To the east, rolling hillsides, Le Jardin, Stella Marie, the suburbs of Saint-Baptiste, swallowed up into the megacity. They sound rich to you. This is Revachol East.
Flu Finder says, this game is boring. Can I play Fortnite instead? No, I'm an adult. What's west of the river?
Hudon. It's somewhere to live. Not bad. Then there's Jamrock. It's bad. People shouldn't live there, but they do. Then Forberg. It's almost as bad, and much larger. Then Coal City. It's the worst.
And Martinez?
It's so small you can't even see it on the map. No, wait. There it is. North of Jamrock. The strip of coast next to the Greater Revachol Industrial Harbour. It looks downright despondent. It's almost Coal City, to be honest. No, this is somewhere to be. This is all you have. But it's still something. Streets and sodium lights, the sky, the world. You're still alive.
Thanks, Volition. Okay. Look at the map of Martinez.
It's not really a map. It's a tourist thing. A picture postcard with buildings on it, drawn from an isometric perspective. A date in the upper right corner says 48.
3 years ago.
Still, it's detailed. Could be pretty useful for scouting ahead. You see the jagged boxes of an industrial harbour, even the whirling in rags there.
Storekeep, can I buy these maps?
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available.
Oh.
The other two are not for sale anymore. And besides, you could scarcely afford them.
Rude. I mean, you're right, but still rude.
They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though.
Why is the one of Martinez so cheap?
That old thing. It's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that never was nor came to be. From when some design studio people tried to spruce the place up 4 or 5 years ago. They also renovated the horse statue, set up those coin-operated viewers, and designed the new street lamps.
The place does not look like a successful tourist trap, does it?
What happened then?
They didn't get that far, for some reason. A shame the project never got going. Would be nice if someone fixed Martinez up. All these ruins are bad for business.
I could steal it, or I could just buy it. I might need to buy it. I'm struggling to pay for my room, though. I'll buy the maps soon. I need to sort out, because it's almost bedtime. I need to pay for my room. Okay. Right. So, it's almost time to go and interview the witness of the lynching. So, I'll probably leave that for next time, though, chat. So, it's almost 9 in the evening. Okay. So, thank you for watching, everyone. So, holy shit, an eventful stream in the end. We've got the body down. We performed an autopsy on the body. We discovered that the body was shot, not hung, hanged even. And now Kim has driven back with the body back to, what is it, disposal, processing, something, in order to get rid of it and, yeah, obviously report in. So, investigations continue. We've got to figure out how exactly. So, yeah, I thought this was a open and shut case. But there's still more to learn. Also, we've learned that there's a drug smuggling operation in the port. that the strike has no doubt horribly disrupted. And, yeah, I'm guessing... well, we need to speak to the lorry driver, whoever she is, the one running the drugs. She could be our murderer. Right. Anyway, well, thank you again for watching. Have a lovely evening. So, as mentioned, hang on. I'm working on... Dog. I'm working on SWAT 4 / Ready or Not Bullshittery. It's week 5. I'm really hoping to have it done this week, frankly. If I skip a few streams for the sake of crunch, apologies. But yeah, I really would like to get it done. Right. So thank you again. Let me just give it another proper save. And I'm going to maybe do a little bit more work and then turn in for bed. Okay. Right. 1 second. Let's go here. Is anyone doing anything you might want to watch? Let's have a quick look. Right, so my brother is on and Q is also on. Let me hand you over to Q. Hang on. So ZF Quebec is currently doing a bit of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, I think. Okay, I'll leave you with him. I'm sure he can explain. So this is Q. I think he's in Norway right now with Cake. So thank you all. See you again soon.